My name is Damon Brown. I'm damonbrown.net. My thing is I'm an advocate for the solopreneur, for the side hustler, and the non-traditional entrepreneur, and I love to be of service to you. Today we're going to talk about why you can never truly catch up on sleep, on energy, on time, or on work. And let's kind of break that down. It sounds rather negative, but I can relate to some of this, and maybe you can too. Sometimes there's periods of our life where we don't have a whole lot of sleep, or we're working so hard that we're trying to catch up on things, or times when we're trying to make up for lost time. The thing is that it's difficult to do any of those things, and there's three major reasons for it. Some of this I break down in my new book, Built From Now, How to Know Your Power, See Your Abundance, and Nourish the World, about the different resources that we have. Let's get into it. Number one, if you worry about catching up on your past time, your past work, and things of that nature, then you're setting yourself up for potential failure and always feeling behind. There's nothing worse than that feeling of you being on a vacation or you spending time to yourself, maybe doing self-care, and then getting back to your proverbial office, whether it's working from home like I do or going to your physical office, and knowing that there's stacks of stuff piled there. And you're like, oh my gosh, I need to catch up, I need to catch up, I need to catch up. That expectations are going really high. And you're already stressing yourself out by Sunday night for Monday morning. I've had that feeling before. I know you've known that feeling. It's better to take it as I'm going to go ahead and do steady work and slowly catch up, and everything will even out. I look at it like the stock market. If you study the stock market at all, whether you invest in stuff or like me, if you study some economics while you're in school, then you understand that the stock market always goes up. Talk about the American or US stock market. So it can go up and down, and you can look at that like your productivity, your time, your sleep, whatever. It can go all over the place. But the thing is to hold, and you understand about every 10 years, it goes up. So if you look at the average, like I can't remember what the average is now. We just hit a new average. It's always going like this. I feel like that our time, our energy, our work, and our sleep are always often the same. We usually get patches of time when we can catch up a little bit on sleep. But there's also patches of time where we can't. Right now, I happen to be sheltering in place with my family. I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. Sleep is a premium, right? I'm talking to you in the middle of the night. Sleep is a premium. But I trust that as the world changes, there'll be another period of time where my partner and I can sleep a lot more. And perhaps we can catch up then. But stressing out about it and saying, I'm going to catch up, doesn't get us in the right mindset, because then we end up being in a scarcity mindset where we're worried, focused so much and anxious so much about catching up that we end up not appreciating what we have. As soon as I hang up with y'all, I'm going to get a good night's sleep. It might be limited, but I'm going to go ahead and appreciate it for however it is. So it opens up a level of gratitude. So number one, if you're setting yourself up for always feeling like you're behind. Number two, you might be feeling more shame than excitement. Brene Brown, who I've mentioned quite a few times, her books talk about shame and guilt. And it's easy to say, I don't have much time to dedicate to this right now. Notice I said right now. If you say, I don't have the time to dedicate to this, and you ended at that, then there could be a level of shame, which has to do with how other people feel about you, or guilt, which is how you feel about yourself. There's a level of that could come in because you're setting yourself up and saying, I should be doing this, but I cannot or I will not, and therefore I feel ashamed or guilty about it. Versus saying, I don't have the opportunity to do that right now, but I'm excited about the opportunity when I do. I would love to get a quiet day or a good night's sleep in the near future. We just had a new year. In the upcoming year, that'd be fantastic. I'm excited about that in the future. Right now, though, I'm doing the best that I can, as is everyone else. Same thing for time, same thing for work. I have my new book coming out called, again, Built From Now. It's coming out January 28th, 2021. You can pre-order it at damonbrown.net and get a special pre-order bonus if you get it before then, or get it at your favorite bookstore. And I did the book last year. I spent the year doing it, or a chunk of the year doing it. There's so many other things I could have been doing, believe it or not. But I knew what I was capable of. I knew what you needed as far as me serving you. And so that's what I did. There's a lot of other things I was thinking about doing, and I tend to be an ambitious guy. So instead of feeling shame that there's other things that I wanted to do, including stuff with Build From Now, I'm feeling excitement because I did exactly what I was able to do. And I'm even more excited about the stuff that I'll be able to do with you in the upcoming year based on Build From Now. So number one, if you end up having that scarcity mentality, then you're setting yourself up for always feeling behind. And you never catch up from that, ever, right? So number two, you could be feeling more shame than excitement. And I think it's good to use the term, I don't have the time right now. I don't have the energy right now. I'm not able to get this work done right now. But in the future, things change. As we've seen over the last recent few years, things can change really rapidly. It's always been like that. So don't worry about that false sense of security that it's always going to be like this. It's never always good. It's never always bad. It's always like the stock market. It's always going up and life always goes on. Number three, if you end up worrying about catching up on your past time, your past energy, your past sleep, those things that have passed by, and worry about catching up, then you're more likely to push yourself towards burnout. I talked about this a little bit with the first thing, where if you're worried about pushing yourself and saying, I need to catch up, it gets you into the fight or flight mode. And you're pushing yourself way, way too hard. And it doesn't make much sense. It's a little bit better to go ahead and again say, I'm going to go and be steady, and I'm going to do amazing stuff. I'm going to work within the parameters of what I can do right now. And that feels freeing. That feels different. That feels less aggressive. And you do not need to worry about doing catch up because you're automatically going to catch up if you work in a steady climb. Hope that was insightful for you. If you want more insight on your resources, including your focus, your agility, your time, and your energy, come through to buildfromnowquiz.com. Buildfromnowquiz.com, obviously based on the upcoming book, Build From Now, based on focus, agility, time, and energy. I call them the fates. Come over, take my free quiz. It literally takes 2 minutes, 3-4 multiple choice questions. Hundreds of y'all have taken it. I so appreciate it and giving me the opportunity to give y'all insight as far as what your biggest resource is right now. If you haven't got the book, you can pre-order it over there or at damonbrown.net and get insight and get ready for the book. If you already got the book, come over and take the quiz. I mentioned the quiz quite a bit in the book, and the book's actually broken into chapters depending on where your resources are, and I talk about how they all intersect. Again, have a restful period of time. That was on purpose based on this discussion. And remember to always bring your worth and that you can always build from now. Take care.